I'm restoring this space. My name's Diana, and this is an old barn in the Black Forest of Germany. The barn is attached to my home, and we've decided that we're going to put in a large, well, semi-large kitchen diner in this space to entertain guests from our wine business. So I hope you'll follow along as I start the work of cleaning the space out and making it ready for the construction guys to come. Hi. Hi. So this space is going to be renovated into an open kitchen and dining room. Right now, it has no insulation. These are the inside walls, and the outside walls look exactly the same. So this is called Fachwerk in German, Fachwerk, and that basically means exposed timber. And so the house was constructed, the real construction of these old homes is the wood. The plaster is just there to fill the wood frame out. So what you have is a construction that's extremely strong. We're very fortunate. This is over 200 years old, and still the wood is in excellent condition. We've had it checked for insects and all kinds of infestation and mold, and there is none. It's perfectly dry. So the wood will be able to be restored. Unfortunately, on the inside, you won't see this because it'll be plastered. That has to happen because this room has to be insulated. So you have the choices as to either insulate it from the outside and lose this pattern, or from the inside. So what we've decided to do is do the insulation on the inside, but we're putting windows into this space, and the windows are going to be mounted on the outside of the building instead of the inside of the building, and they're going to be made so that the wood won't be cut. So you will actually see this wood pattern, and then on the outside of that will be a window. So it's going to look really cool, especially from the outside at night, because you can look up into the building and you will see window and light, but you also see the wood pattern that won't be destroyed. It's very important to preserve this wood. This house is under historic preservation, so because of that, we really have to be very careful how much integrity we remove from the building, the old integrity of the building. So this is a way for us to be able to maintain the integrity but get some light into the space. So that's what's going to happen. Down here on the floor, these boards, if you can see them, are old, they're filthy, but they're beautiful. And I've already started the process of cleaning them up, and I'm going to continue that today. So my job today is I'm going to start cleaning the space completely and getting it ready for renovation, which will happen in the early part of 2022. But I also know that if I don't do it now, it's going to get so cold that I won't be wanting to come out here to clean much and use water. So that's what I'm going to do today. I just want to talk a little bit about the insulation that's going to be used here. These walls cannot be insulated like a standard wall where you would put some sort of a frame here and then insulate it and then put drywall on the front of it. You can't do that here. What you have to do, first of all, is create a barrier that is breathable. And by that I mean, whatever you put on the front of this has to be breathable, or else you're going to rot the wood. So the way that it's done is that panels of wood chip insulation that look like this, if I can drag one over into camera view, wood chip insulation. And what that does is it's plastered directly to the walls with lime plaster. So lime plaster is breathable, the wood panel is breathable, and the old plaster is breathable. That means that moisture can penetrate the wall, come in, and then exit the wall again. So these panels will cover the entire inside space here. And then after that, they will be hand plastered with lime plaster. So lime plaster is breathable, it's a natural material. And so and also, the interesting thing about lime plaster is that it's also how do you say it in English? Insects won't be able to penetrate it. I believe it's too alkaline. Insects can't live. So the lime plaster protects the wall from infestation. That's the word I was looking for, from infestation. So that's what's going to happen on the walls. I'm going to take the camera now, and I'm going to show you the ceiling here. So if you can see the ceiling, here, that's the ceiling. So what's going to happen is that ceiling is basically going to stay the same, but it'll be insulated from the top. So in the attic, we'll put insulation down to make sure that there is a warm barrier on the top. These panels will stay. These are just pieces of wood. They will stay, and I'm planning on painting them out white, but leaving the cross beams, the real important beams, natural wood, just as they are. And then here, we have these really cool ladders, we have several of them, 1, 2, 3, I can see 3 here. So what we're going to do with those ladders, my plan is to suspend them a little bit down from the ceiling, use these old chains. Let me see if I can get a chain in the picture. So you can see these old chains, there, you can see that, to suspend lights from them. So that'll be part of our lighting system, is using those old ladders, which I think are just so cool. So that's kind of like the design direction, which is not really a design direction. It's just basically taking and using the materials that we've got and making sure that we restore the integrity of the building and restore the integrity of the building and make sure that we maintain what's actually beautiful about the structure, which is the wood, the plaster, but still allow for modern living in the space and light to come in. Yeah, so now the goal is just to get the space as clean as I possibly can. There's like, I don't know, a couple hundred years worth of dirt up here. This was used as primarily a hayloft. Below here was at one time the stall, but we use it as the garage. And basically it is now, has been used as a garage for quite a long time. So just to get as much dirt as I possibly can off before I wet down all of these hardwood floors. This light is terrible, isn't it? Yeah, before I wet down all of these hardwood floors and start to really deep clean them. I have some Danish products that I bought for cleaning purposes on these floors. We'll see how they do. You know, my goal is not that this space in any way reflects perfect or awesomely, shiny and new or anything like that. I'm going to take a look at these. I'm going to clean these floorboards as well as I can. They have to come up anyway because insulation has to go down. So in the excuse me, in the garage downstairs, if you look up, you see these floorboards. So right now, I'm probably getting dirt all over our cars, but these floorboards will come up, insulation will go down, OSB will go over that, and then these floorboards will come on top of the OSB. And I don't, I guess we could have them sanded and all of that. Just having them cleaned would have cost €1,400. So I'm not, without tax, which is 19%. So I'm not really interested in having somebody else do that. I think I can do that myself. if they're like enough, if that's enough, just cleaning them, I'm just gonna oil them after that. I'm not gonna sand them or anything else. So I just have to kind of see how it is, you know. It's basically sort of do a little bit of work, judge, see how things look, and then take the next step. That's how we're approaching this project, because for many reasons, I think conservative restoration is the best restoration. I'm not a big fan of like going crazy with restoration. I think that people ruin these old buildings really quickly by putting too much modern crap in them. The other thing is that the less new materials we use, the better it is for the environment and for us as a species. So the goal is to use as little new materials as possible, leave the old wood up there. That drives my architect crazy because he thinks that looks like terrible wood, but to me it's just fine and it looks beautiful and I'll be okay with it. We're painting it out anyway, so. And then down here, really cool old rugged floorboards. So that's what's kind of happening in this space, and yeah, that's it for now. So I think for today I'm done. Their floors are about as clean as they're going to get without water. They look really good. I'm happy with the way they look now, and I'm going to probably make my way to the home improvement store today to get a wire brush, some knee pads, yeah, and a bunch of rags, because it's going to take a lot of rags to clean this floor. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. I did. Actually, I did. Bye.